Okay, so we just finished our first day and night round of the new Mage Knight expansion. With the day round, excuse me, with the nasty General Volcaire. Evil little thing. He hasn't done much, he just moved a little bit and tried to attack nothing. You can see Alexa, we started here, she went up in here. It took her a while, but she did manage to get this Mage Tower. Get a few mana and mess around with the healing and some gold, which she already spent. She's headed this way. She did actually also get this unit, the Illusionist, which is great, especially when you couple it with the spell that she got from the spell offer, Expose. So that unfortifies enemies and that makes them so they can't attack. So she got a good combo there. She did spend a long time. We only gained 1 level this first round, both of us. And we're at the same, actually. No artifacts for either of us. I took kind of an easy route. I took that guy out, and I made a mistake. He was one of the nasty just 2 fames, and I paid 2 wounds to get him. When I could have killed him and just wasted a really good card, but I should have wasted the good card, killed him, and not taken the wounds, because that affected me the rest of the game. I wanted to go there and get an artifact by paying the 6 movement, but I couldn't, so instead I went there. I did get to recruit a unit, and I ended up fighting another guy, giving me +2 reputation, and I made it up on the fame track. It always pisses me off when those two show up. I was really kind of depressed at the beginning. We weren't doing too well. As you can see, Volcaire is really strong, and he's gained 1 enemy already so far. So I was kind of scared, but we did end up alright. I took the new skill that gives me a blue crystal and a healing, so I'm excited to see how that works. I gave up this one that's pretty cool. +1 armor to someone that you're and also +1 for attack to the same person. If you beat him without using a unit, you gain 1 fame. Pretty cool, but I mean, you always got to go with the mana gain, in my opinion. Alexa ended the game with white crystal, which she got from her. She ended the round, excuse me, from her Illusionist, and I've got a pretty good pile set up here. And this is my unit. Like I said, we each got a unit, and I just got him. I like this unit. I had to pay extra for him because I got him at the refugee camp, but I really do like the refugee camps because it kind of opens it up, gives you more options. One of us is going to do the maze next round. Whoever has the better move hand is probably going to take the tactic that allows you to search your deck and get another movement, so we can do this 6, fight an enemy, and get an artifact. Artifacts are necessary, and it's hard because it kind of sucks because she's playing as Tovak, and she doesn't have very good mana gaining skills, but she's already got a spell from the Mage Tower, which I already showed you, Expose, and she has a unit that requires a spell use. So we'll see how that works out. It'll be better if she can get the artifact. And I don't have as much mana gain. Neither of us have great mana gain because I have the healing ability too. So it'll be better if I do the spells. But I mean, you have to play. Sometimes you just play what's in your hand. By the way, I'm playing as Wolfhawk, the new character. She's pretty cool, and the name Wolfhawk is awesome. So one of us will get that artifact. We have to. Artifacts are the most important thing, and I haven't seen any of the new artifacts yet. We're waiting till they come up in the game, so I'm excited for that. So I'm either going to go that way. She has a clear shot, and I have a clear shot. So whoever has the better hand, or I'm going to continue to go this way. Like I said, Volcaire is doing a lot of nothing over there, moving around. And the goal of this scenario, by the way, is to find a city before Volcaire. If he finds it first, we lose, and then defend that city. So it sounds like a lot of fun, and like I said, we have to defend it from a huge attack. Okay, this is the units for next round. The new shock troops. All the new units have a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of fun stuff going on there. And we got one new card in the offer to Chivalry. And I'm liking the new cards so far. I haven't seen any new spells, and like I said, haven't seen any new artifacts. Did get some new wound cards. Just kidding. I did encounter a wall, which was fine. It was kind of fun. And we encountered, like you see, a maze, and I interacted with the refugee camp. And I think that's all the new stuff. Oh, and Alexa did the deep mine, which was cool. So that's just a pure benefit. It is in a forest, but you get to choose which crystal you get. So we ended that turn off all right. It would have been nice if we're, I guess it's different from solo, but it would have been nice if we could have gotten up an extra level. Alexa is a little far down on the reputation track for the first round. I'm doing good on there though. And it would have been nice if we each could have gotten an artifact. My easiest goal is usually a unit, an artifact, level 3, and some mana. But we almost got that, which is pretty good for a cooperative. Makes it a little harder. But we'll see what the Evil Volcare has in store for us. Notice that he actually is like a city and he has a click, which is pretty cool. So, I'll give you an update on the next night round. Okay, so this is the end of the second round. Volcare. Where'd you go? Not made it very far, but he is gaining on us. Now, for me, I'm the one who ended up, remember I was right here, and I went here and actually did all 3 things. And I got this, and artifact, which is good. It's not the best artifact there is, but I've already used it in a very useful situation, and if you throw it away, it's a very good one. While we're on the cards, I also got this card, Chivalry, which is very, very good, and that extra fame that you got has actually put me up a level. Very good card, I like this. Now, I've noticed when you first read the instructions in the book, everything seems harder, but then you look at the cards, and all the cards are better. I think there's a lot of stronger cards here. And the maze was really fun. Like I said, I did all 3 of them. I did the 2, the 4, and the 6. So I got a spell and a 2 mana, and I thought that was worth it. It's a spell I could use, and of course I could use the 2 mana, and because of all that, I ended up 2 levels higher than Alexa. Also, look how high I am on the reputation, which is pretty good. Very, very big negative. I have not gotten 2 more units. Even though I have the ability for them. So, that's going to have to be rectified. I'm by a village. I don't know if I'm going to want to buy a unit from the village. It depends what's out there. I need to start getting some stronger ones. We'll see. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next turn. Alexa says she's going to go through here, go to the keep. I'm not a fan of keeps, but she's not had a lot of good choices. See, her path has been that Mage Tower, and that Mage Tower, and I'm not a big fan of Mage Towers, especially for that character. I'd much rather do a keep or a dungeon, something that's going to give me an artifact. Spells are way too finicky, but she's making it along, and I think combined we're going to be able to do well. We're going to be able to take the city for sure. I'm feeling confident in my deck. And we're definitely going to beat Volcare there, so there's not worry about that. But I'll probably explore onto here, this way, and we'll see what I get there. Good thing is she's going to be by the keep as we get, because we only got 1 more non-core till we get to the cores, so she's going to have an extra hand draw. So that's going to be a good thing. Both of our decks are a little wound heavy right now. I think I have about 5 or 6, which I would like it to get about 2. Maybe 3 and keep it there. So we'll see. I do have some healing. Now I did get a new skill too, which I don't like. I thought I didn't like, but I actually used it a lot. When you're gonna take damage anyway from the block, a lot of times it's good just to put your 2 up and then get a -2 for the attack. And then it's also versatile and you can do the other one. And so I've liked that, and I gave up that lame skill. Okay. So we'll see how the next round goes. We've also met one new enemy here, which he's pretty easy, as long as you've got the cards in your hand. Alright, so I'll let you know how it goes on round 3, the second day. Okay, so the end of round 3, set up for now round 4, nighttime once again. We've made it up each level. I'm still a little bit ahead of her. You see my reputation has gone down, mainly because I took the thugs as my second unit. Now, I'm not sure about these guys yet. They're not very good. They're just for if you have no reputation, have to take them. But Voltaire had taken all the other available units, and I just absolutely needed a unit. So I had to take them, and I had some good influence cards. What I did this turn is I revealed this tile, and it's the number 14 new non-core tile, and I really like it a lot. It has a keep, which keeps are useful towards the end of the game when you're going to be, because we're going to reveal our city, last tile, our city right here. So our keep is going to give us one hand draw. That's about the only time I use keeps, is when they're at the end. And I did the artifact and the whatever that one is, the spell for that. Didn't really want the spell, but I used it to get more level and gain up. This one also has a deep mine on it. Alexa, she came from over here, provoked an enemy, went to the refugee camp, provoked another enemy, and that guy was a tour. She skipped the labyrinth and decided to come over here so we would be next to each other, so when this city comes out, we will be able to tackle it easily together. This one has our first 4 deep mine on it. She took a keep, took a while to take that. And there's always this too, so if we get the city soon enough and Voltaire hasn't come to us yet, there's this we can take care of. That'll be a good one. Healing Glade. We can get 2 mana from that spot, and we'll be next to a keep. So recruit units and this spot. So we've got an excellent circle here for the city. It's going to be a lot of fun. What else here? Oh, new cards. I've got 2 new cards. Dodge and Weave. I'm sure you can't read these. But very good card. All the new cards are excellent. I'm liking them a lot. This one even better. They made my siege attack weaker in the expansion, but they give us stuff like this. Block 6 or 2 block 4s against different attacks. So that's for your enemies who Shield of Fallen Kings. That's for your enemies who attack twice. So like I said, it's gonna be the 4th round we're going into. I wish we would have had the city out and pretty much conquered by now. I also wish we didn't think about it, but last turn we should have put out our core city tile, core non-city tile, or whatever it's called. Just the regular like brown ones. So we could have got better units. This now we do have our special units in there, but I wish they would have been in there last round, and that would have been a lot better for us. I've got 2 new skills from the new character. No, 1 new skill. This one, which gives me +1 if I do a range or siege attack and I play a card, or +2 if I do a normal. I gave up this one, which gave me influence. I actually should have taken that one. It would have helped me immediately. Of course, this one will help me in the long term. And I guess as we're coming to cities, I should start going up on that. I need to get at least 1 more. I usually don't try to tackle a city without 3 units, but we're going for it probably this turn. We've got time, so maybe we'll try to level up. Lex is still with her 2 units, and I don't actually think she's gained anything much new. She's having some trouble with the stuff over here. I am starting to get my deck's starting to get tuned enough that I'm just blowing through. I was going back and forth through things and, you know, just pretty much doing whatever I want. So that's always a good place to be. We do have one new spell from the expansion in the offer. It's an influence, which is a little late for this time of the game, but it might come in handy if you pulled it at the exact right time to get one of those strong city ones. Oh, it's Charm. I'm sorry. Charm. Call Arms, which is good. I'm having a problem with too much blue mana. I need to get my my white skill because I have some, and I also took a red spell, which I have a couple different ways of gaining blue mana, but no way of gaining red mana. So that was a mistake, and I've had some trouble with that so far. So we'll see how that turns out. So hopefully we're gonna conquer this city. He's just gonna float around up there, and we're gonna conquer it fast, gain a lot of points, hopefully make another level at least, and gain another unit before we have to fight Volcair. Like I said, we're set up pretty good around here. Alright, so stay tuned for round 4. Okay, so we have successfully conquered the Green City, the one and only city, and then Volcair's quickly on his way. We haven't ended the round yet, but I just wanted to show you what my play area looks like as I have fought. Actually fun, I got to move on to the city using that space bending, and she was adjacent, so we got to attack it, you know, a turn early. But this is what I used. These are my enemies. I discarded this. Really awesome. Flame Wall with the black. Use this, which is really, is finding out is really good because it's for any fire, ice, or physical attack. And I wounded this unit. And I before in the turn, I'll talk about this in the later video, but I actually used his influence to get the catapults, which are decent, and the offer's looking hard for this cooperative game. It's hard to get good units, so I'm glad I got my 3 units. I'm about to level up, get another space, hopefully get another unit before Volcair comes. I would show you Alexis, who's playing Tovak, but she already destroyed her play area, and her battle is already done. But she fought, randomly distributed the 2 weaker ones, and he's not fortified. And she unfortified him because, as you know, she has the Illusionist and a whole bunch of other things. So her deck actually worked really well for this. So that was good. Okay, so this is the end of round 4. On our first turn this round, the night round, we managed to capture the city pretty easily. We're at the second turn rather, because what I did on the first turn was nice. We're still having problems with the unit offer because of Volcair and 2 people really makes the slim pickings, especially when you get the special units out there. But I was actually to be able to use my thugs to get the catapults, which aren't the best, but they're not the worst, and they're gonna get me, you know, more points towards the game. And I can use my blue mana on them for a siege attack of 5. And Alexa actually got the Herbalists, which are one of the best early mid-game units. And I think it was the best choice of what she had out there. Because there were no more city units, no more of the keep units, so she had to go back here to the village and get what was there. And it was either that or the Foresters. So she took the Herbalist. A unit I like. Not a good endgame, but you know, it's hard with cooperative to actually get what you want a lot of the times. Alexa leveled up and she took this one, which is good for endgame. I leveled up and just gained another command token, so here's where we sit at that. Not too high, but you know, for our first play, I'm not too disappointed. We're both getting low down there. I've still managed to hold on to 0. So what I'm going to try to do is recruit a unit while Volcair makes his way over here. We got at least 4 turns, it looks like. I'm gonna try to recruit a unit, a good one, fill up that last command token. And I'll probably be willing to throw away my whole hand just to do that. What Alexa did that turn was... basically, here's something interesting. I was actually right here. She was right here. I was right here. We revealed this tile, and she took out her Marauding Orc. And then moved right here. So then I was like, well, I could fight him, but you know how sometimes it takes your best cards just to get rid of the lowest enemies. But instead I played not Underground Travel, but Space Bending, just to throw myself right onto the city, and she cooperatively assaulted it with me. After we beat the city, which was pretty simple, we spent about 4 turns just doing whatever we want. And Voltaire still hasn't made it very far. What I did was actually, at the Green City, you can spend 6 influence to gain an advanced action card from the offer. What I did is I spent my next 5 turns, since I had a huge deck, and I gained 4 turns and gained 4 advanced actions. And I also took training to gain, because what was happening is the offer was looking pretty dumb, pretty bad, so I took this to move the offer along, and I also was able to gain 2 cards in 1 turn by paying a green mana, and then I also got to throw away one of my rage cards to get just a slightly better, it's counterattack, I think is what it's called. Now, the negative is I do have this training card in my hand, but if I can get a green mana to play with that, it might not be so bad. Otherwise, on the end game, that's a horrible first thing, basic ability to have. So that's it. So like I said, before we fight Voltaire, which will happen before the last round, this game will be over, I assume. I don't know about this scenario, but I assume we'll get extra points if we beat it quickly. I really don't know if we'll actually beat him. But, and this is all on the lowest level, by the way. My goal is to get a city. Alexa, what's your goal? I mean, not a city, to get a unit.
Not to die.
And her goal is to not to die. So, I've got 2 mana. She's got 1 mana. She's worried about that. I'm worried about that. So, we'll see. I'll let you know what happens after this round, which I'm thinking might be the end of the game, and we'll end a round early. Okay, so Voltaire attacked us on the city. His first attack looked pretty brutal, and I was really about to give up. Sometimes you just want to give up in this game so you can start again, because it's that fun and that depressing also. Here are my enemies. I have them flipped over because that's who I killed. And there's one guy over here. So these guys. And here are Alexa's. Alexa, you want to explain kind of what you did?
Sure. First, I drew 2 cards, and then I played this,
Crystal Mastery.
Earlier, before we were getting ready to go to the city, I sat there and gained some mana.
Yeah.
And so then I got this Crystal Mastery card, so then I played that so that I could keep all my crystals that I had just gained. So I'm going to get to keep all those. And then this is how I took care of this guy.
That's cool, the Crystal Mastery.
Yeah. And so take care of that guy. I used my combo with my Illusionists and then the Exposed card.
Right? We talked about that in the beginning.
To get rid of, so he wouldn't attack, I wouldn't have to defend him, and then so that I could take him out with just a ranged attack. Well, does that make sense? I probably should have used my ranged attack for something else then, since he wasn't attacking. But anyway, that's how I did it. And then I used my ice attack, or my ice block of 5, plus it gives me +1 for each ability that the enemy has to take care of Voltaire, to block him.
He's got his own attack too. He's pretty got his own gold here on his far right. He's 3 cold fire with brutal and assassination.
Oh, and I also had to play 2 cards on their side for the dragon dude, Draconum. And then I attacked this guy for 4, along with just a card on its side. I just made it 5. And I was just going to take the damage for him, and him. Or him, something like that.
So,
blocked him with a ranged attack. Or took him out with a ranged attack. I didn't have to use I used only one of my
that's
units.
good.
And I used my ability to actually use both of these that turn.
Okay, cool. You'll have to excuse her messy play area. That's just how she plays. I did use all of my units, and you'll notice I actually got the heroes. So I have the thugs and the heroes from the new expansion, because one thing that we got to do is sit on the city. Well, she went over there, like she said, but I sat on the city and, you know, got the best hand possible, and I got to get another unit. So I filled out all my units. 4, all kind of okay. I do like the catapults are doing well. So I fought those guys. We're not gonna take you through step by step. Really, like you saw with her, it was kind of like loose. This guy, let's try to remember what he did. Now, 2 of my guys have paralyzed, so if I don't block them, then they'll discard my whole hand. I got him with some units. I used my ritual attack, which I had just gained, which I like a lot. That's going to be a great card from the beginning game, mid game. That's in the new set. Got that guy with combination over here. Used this card, which is another awesome card for. Definitely, you can tell it's meant for these big battles at the end, because I used a red mana on it. It's attack 4 and get an additional 3 attack for each enemy blocked this turn. So just with that, I was able to take out a 5 and a 4 block. So I did that. I used Circle of Proficiency, a new skill, which like I said, I showed you earlier in the round. I didn't think it was that good when I got it, and it wasn't. But I mean, I did use it to use this skill, which was all right. It did get me a couple more guys. Used that skill. Played a card sideways, like I said, with that. I have 1 card in my hand. There's 2 enemies left. I've taken 5 wounds. But we're going to get to rest before he attacks us again. So hopefully what's ever left in my deck is enough to just finish off these 2 guys. The same with Alexa, and we should be able to beat Volcair. So I know you don't really understand all that, but if you know the game well, you may be able to use the siege attack on him too. My ice sieged. He's a toughie. You may be able to pick up on some of what happened, but I'll let you know how the second. So what happens now is Volcair won that attack, but we definitely did some damage to him. So we'll see what happens next time. So last round, last thing. This is the last day round, and the game is over. We beat it a round ahead. Our first time playing the cooperative. What is it?
Lost
I don't know.
Legion.
Volcair.
Oh no.
Volcair something, and this is the Lost Legion expansion. So on this last thing here, he was able to destroy the city, because what we wanted to do, we had a handfuls of wounds from the last attack. I took 5, so we just took a rest. So we let him destroy the city, but we were there ready to guard, and it should be over here. We had a battle. Battle ensued, and the last battle, he didn't have much people left. On my side over here, we had these 2 guys I fought, and she fought 3 guys. I took him out with the combination you see here. It was the last of my cards, and she took him out with the combination you see there. She used her diplomacy nicely, and it was her last cards too. So we won. Here's our score. I'll show you the score after.
Hey, I haven't added up the guys that just beat.
Yeah, we haven't even put on the fame for the people we just beat or any end game scoring. But that's the score. I'll show you the score afterwards. I just bumped the land, but this is what our land looks like. So we did win this scenario. So I'll get back to you right quick with the score.